Today I want to show you the all-new 2022 INFINITI QX60. We just got this car in and we've positioned it on the showroom floor so we can show you its predecessor, the 2020 QX60, so you can get an idea of the dramatic difference between the two cars. Visually, this car is stunning. Beautiful clean lines, like I said, completely redone. Some of the really cool features I just want to point out to you as we walk around the car today. I want to show you the front grille. This car is actually 2 inches shorter than the previous model, but it's wider and broader, which gives it a lot more interior space and a lot better utilization of the space that was already in its previous model. Again, you want to look at the gorgeous front of this car, visually stunning. Still in keeping with traditional Infiniti, you have the bridge design over the grille. You've got this beautiful black, shiny grille, which still with the reflection pond that Infiniti's famous for, the reflection with the running water below. Just little details that the engineers did as far as, instead of putting, a bunch of badges all over the car, they integrated the stenciling of the Infiniti into this to make it very subtle. Gorgeous curves, clean lines on the front of the car. Of course, the eye integrated into the stunning headlights. Again, in the wheel wells, these are 20-inch wheels. This model is the Autograph. The Autograph is the top of the line. You'll notice the dark roof lines. This is the only model that's available with this. The top of the line Autograph, you're going to have this black contrast that blends into the full panoramic roof, which is standard on every model from Pure all the way to Autograph. Any model below this, starting Sensory down to Luxe to Pure, you're going to continue on, instead of having this black trim, you're going to have the actual body color of the car. So that's going to be your basic difference from an Autograph down to the 3 other models below it. Again, as you see here, they continued their design and their styling by adding the Infiniti logo here at the bottom as they did on the front of the car. Standard 20-inch wheels all the way from Luxe model, which is one step above Pure, which is going to have your 18s, all the way up to Autograph. Coming around to the back of the car, we'll look at the way that the engineers basically open this up to wrap this black glass all the way around beautifully with the lights, completely integrating it into what was the original monograph model, which, from what I've heard and what I've read, this car basically is one of the very few vehicles that went from that monograph model to where they didn't make so many changes that it changed the total look of the car. This is the actual production model, which looks extremely close to what we saw in the original. This one, I don't have the keys with me, actually has, in the Autograph, you have the kick to open, where if you have the key fob in your hand, it's going to open, but you also have a small hidden integrated button here, as well as on your remote fob, you're going to have an opening button. This one I have set for height. You can adjust the height of this door to anyone's height simply by pushing and holding this button until it beeps twice. And then it will be set at this height and it will return and go back up to that height. I'm going to stop it right here because I want to show you one other feature. Obviously you see the Infiniti across the back, very subtle. Originally on the other models, we have the standard drop down. And then in the Sensory model only, and in the Autograph model, you're going to have the power return. These buttons previous, you had to hold them in place to get it to raise. Now it's just simply one touch, and then you can step back out and it'll raise it all the way up. Going to continue around the car. This model has standard, the built-in tow hitch package. Towing capacity of the QX60 is 5,000 pounds. With the additional tow package added on, which is an option on the Luxe as well as the Sensory, but the Autograph has it standard, you can tow 6,000 pounds, which is the highest towing capacity in its class. So now we're going to open the doors. I'm going to start with the back of the car this time. The Autograph is the only model as of right now that comes with this beautiful quilted stitching, custom piping. This model, Autograph only, has bucket seats as an option, with a removable console in the center. So for those people who want access, there is a power access button here at the bottom. Effortlessly releases that and pushes it forward to gain access to the 3rd row. There's also a button for whatever passenger might be stuck in the 3rd row that wants to get out. Slide that back, simply push it down easily. This console is removable. and it's finished underneath. Simply popping off the front panel. There's a release underneath, and as you see, you can basically take this out, stow it, clean it, have access to walk in between. When you want to put it back, locks into place easily, replaces the panel. Again, these rear seats in the Autograph only are heated. There's heater controls, USB ports in the back, AC, and heat controls for your rear passengers. Another thing that we have, which is in keeping with what Infiniti's already done, we have illuminated kick plates on this model, but they've redone the Bose Performance Series stereo system to incorporate, if you can see there, the speakers into the door handles, which just really I think is a great engineering feat. Standard on the vehicle also now on all models is the built-in sunscreen shades for the rear, which that used to be only the top level trim package. Now going into the front, one of the things you'll notice here is you have passenger lumbar. You have a two-way passenger lumbar as well as a four-way passenger lumbar on the driver's seat. Quilting continues across the dash, and the all-new 12.3-inch multi-purpose screen built into one, so we now no longer have two screens, which was a complaint from some of the previous people that we had two screens built into the stack. Now you have one screen that splits, that does everything, which of course includes in this car your navigation, Infiniti navigation and touch system, as well as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Apple CarPlay is now wireless on this model, which it was not before. You don't have to plug into your C port. If your phone is paired to the system, it'll automatically boot up. And you also have inside here a wireless charger for your phones, which is a first to Infiniti. And that's also going to be available on the 2022 QX80. And those are just a few of the dozens of new features on this completely redesigned, amazing 2022 QX60.